You have some stuff you want to say about the fight?
I just want to talk to you about it because I feel like this this may come off harsh,
Oh, great.
but like after a fight, do they ever interview like the losers, or is it always just the winners that get like interviews, like from podcasts and stuff?
Um,
Because I feel like y'all have more of a story to tell than the winners do.
the losers?
Yes.
I don't know.
Like, is that a thing? I feel like that should be a thing
I don't know.
because
I don't think I've ever been interviewed for a losing bout.
no, I don't think I've ever seen one either. And I feel like we should be the first. I'm gonna interview you right now.
Most people probably don't want to talk about it.
But I feel like it's probably so good for you to talk about it. Like, first of all, I really feel that people truly like don't get it. Like, you guys are literally modern day gladiators, whether you win or lose, right?
I mean,
Like,
sort of, yeah. I don't feel like gladiators and what we do is a lot different because as a gladiator, you're one person is going to die,
okay, but that's the risk that you do take being a professional fighter.
and there's definitely some risk involved of that, but not it's not a hundred
It's
percent
right, yeah, which I get it. That's why I say
guaranteed.
modern day.
Uh,
But it's a risk that you take, and I don't think people like realize that. Like they think like you guys just go in there and I don't know. Like y'all go through a lot mentally before the fight and after the fight.
that is for sure, 100%.
Like when you lose a fight, do you feel like you're mourning a loss? Like in
Yeah,
your heart?
well, yes, one for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even imagine it, but like
Now you
I
feel there's a lot of different there's a lot of different feelings that you have. You know, you feel like the obvious some of the obvious things is you feel like you let yourself down, you feel like you let your team down, where you're from, sponsors. Um, if you don't win, you feel like everyone around you and that has anything to do with you, um, you know, absorbs that loss with you. I don't, I haven't. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. This is the most I've lost in my entire career. I think I'm on a 3 fight losing streak,
yeah, and I realized that
and I don't
earlier.
really fought 5 out of the last. Uh, I've lost 4 out of the last 5 fights. So that definitely takes a toll on you mentally. And I don't. I think for this last fight, I only had like 5 or 6 sponsors. I used to have so many that I had to make a banner for the ones that wouldn't fit. So it's definitely it definitely shows. You definitely feel it when you're losing. Like I feel like people at my gym don't even want to talk to me whenever I just came off of a loss. It's
But
almost
that
it's almost like you have like a sickness or disease about you, and
but,
no one else wants to catch it.
but that is all in that
It could be,
part is all in your
it
head.
could be, but
Those
I
boys, they
feel like
love you.
fighters. I feel like fighters kind of think that. I don't know. Maybe they feel that way about um, people that are losing. It's like they have a losing bug. You don't want to catch it.
I mean, do you feel that way about people who lose?
No, no,
So,
no.
yes, what I'm saying is I don't think people I know people at your gym don't feel that way about you. And something that I feel like should be acknowledged when a fighter does lose a fight is like you didn't go in there and get your ass beat. Like it was a good fight. And I know that that's how you feel. Like you feel you went in there and you just fought like shit. But that's so far from the truth, and I am pretty sure every single fighter who loses probably feels that way. They probably feel that they went in there and they just fought like shit. When the truth is, most of the time, if you take your job seriously, you worked your ass off and you probably performed outstanding, but that completely goes like overlooked. Like when you hit, I keep on fucking calling Peter Parker, Parker Porter. Like I want to get that shit in slow motion. Like you were literally moving backwards when you punched him. What'd you do? How'd you punch him?
I don't
Like a
know.
right, like a
I think
uppercut.
I think so.
His entire body lifted up. Like you watched his whole body like go up. I mean, he took that shot like a freaking champ. Like the way I if you were moving forward, if your momentum was moving forward, he'd have been gone. Like he would have been out. But the fact that you were moving backwards when you punched him and his entire body did that, it was it was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy to see. Like you didn't really realize when it happened. Like you have to rewatch it. But yeah, I want to do that in slow mo. And
You just you see as a fighter, you see all the things you should have done, could have done, woulda, shoulda, coulda. You see all that as a fighter. You don't see um, you don't look at it the same way that other people do.
oh, I'm sure.
Um, you see the stuff that you should have done, would have done. Don't understand why you did certain things. Um, and you can do that all day long, and it's still not gonna be. It's still not gonna change what happened. It already happened. It's over. So the best thing to do is try to learn from it, and then move on, get over it. Uh, if you see something that you should have done technically differently, work on that. Especially something to build off of, win or lose. You should always be trying to build, find out what watch your wins and see what you should have done differently. Um, that's really the best way to take advantage of every fight, every opportunity that you have, win or lose. Try to be a better fighter because of it.
Well, how do you feel about your last fight?
I mean, there's a lot of things I could have done, should have done, would have done. I don't understand why I didn't do it. Like that, I feel like I should have won that fight. That was there has been fights in my past where I'm just like, I fought my ass off and I still lost. You know, move on. And then there's other fights where it's like I should have won that. Like that, yeah, that. He's. I don't feel like Parker's a strong guy, but I don't feel like his skills boxing are what are where he could stand in the ring with me like that. I don't know if it's from being out for over a year, being in Connecticut, and every single factor that could go wrong with the fight did go wrong. Like they almost canceled my fight 3 different times for 3 different things. So there was a lot that went on to that. Like my best friend dying a month prior to the fight, who's from Connecticut. Like there was a lot of shit on my mind besides like the fight, and you don't ever want that to be the situation. You want your fighter to be focused on solely on the fight, his performance, what he needs to do, what he has to do. And it's there was a lot of other things going on at that time that I couldn't focus on it. And I tried. There was there's just always some background noise, in situations like that. And I don't know. It was weird. It was weird to me how it was such a hard thing to do, to focus on the fight, to really lock in and just think about the whole thing and what's going to happen. I don't understand why it went on like that, but it did. Um, I've had 3 surgeries in the last 4 years. I've missed a lot of time. That pretty much was like what the last time I fought was over a year ago.
August would be a year, yeah.
August, yeah. So close to. Um, yeah, I don't really know what it comes down to as far as why I didn't do some things that I know I should have done and normally always do. But for whatever reason I didn't. And here we are.
So do you feel like your heart is a little lighter from, because it's been almost 2 weeks now? Or are you still like wearing it pretty heavy?
No, I don't. I'm not. I'm not wearing it heavy because I do understand that God has a plan, and I do also understand that I don't understand God's plan for me. And for whatever reason, it wasn't for me to win this fight. So whatever whatever the purpose of me losing this fight is, I have to just um, for whatever reason I had to lose this fight, or I was supposed to lose this fight. There's something to gain from it. There's something to learn off of it. I don't yet know what those things are, but I will. I'm sure in time I'll understand uh, more what that was about.
Do fighters typically, because you said this is your first time like going on a losing streak,
Yeah,
do fighters go through this?
I've never lost before.
No, I
Besides
know, but
this,
like, is there other fighters who like have losing streaks and they come out of losing streaks, or like,
I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure fighters go through ups and downs, just like life. You know, you start doing something, and either people start picking it up, or you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing. You haven't figured out what it is yet. For whatever reason, you lose, and the bare knuckle sport is there's not there's not a lot of room for error in the heavyweight division without gloves on. It's like um, you just get hit one time in this game and it's over with. So it doesn't you don't get a lot of mistakes. You get one. So the wins and losses are going to pile up. I'm pretty sure there's never been an undefeated bare knuckle boxer. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't feel like in the heavyweight division where every one of these guys has knockout power. You're taking gloves off. Um, you don't get very many uh, mistakes. Like I said, I only did one thing wrong in my fight, which is what I'm contributing to the loss. And he took advantage of it, and he won the fight because of something I didn't do and something he did do. And that's all it takes. One punch, one miss, and both fights that I've lost, I knocked the guy down with one punch, but it was like the cleanest, straightest punch you could ever hit somebody with, which usually those punches don't knock you out when you get hit straight on with them. Normally it's like it takes some sort of a whip action in the neck to get you to you know to get knocked out. Something you don't see. Both the guys that I fought, I hit them square in the teeth, and I hit them hard enough to knock them down. And I feel like it was a great punch. And anywhere else, on the chin, I feel like that punch knocked both guys out. But for whatever reason, it wasn't it wasn't my night. It wasn't supposed to be. God has a plan, and as long as you believe and have faith in God, there's never a mistake. You just got to move on. You got to pick up the pieces and hope that you learn uh, what lesson you were supposed to learn from this, and then you move on.
well, you know I beg to differ that
Yeah,
it
I'm sure.
was that it was supposed to be your night.
Yeah, I know.
It was, but you have like something that fight taught me, which by the way, I mean, I don't know if you ever like appreciate like a classy opponent, but I appreciate a
Oh yeah,
classy
for
opponent.
sure.
Like, because in my mind, like you, both of y'all are like going in there as professionals. Like you're both going in there to do your job, and somebody has to lose, and you don't have to do all like the shit talking and stuff. And I feel like before, during, and after, like Parker Porter was I feel like he's a good dude. Like he was a
No,
good
he was he
opponent.
no he was a great opponent. Like
And I
after when we were both in the back getting stitched up, we were like showing each other our stitches and and wounds. It was nice. He's a good dude. And I really hope the shit talking era is over with. I feel like that came in on some some wrestling WWE stuff. Um, I really hope that era is gone because you know, it's just stupid. Like you're gonna fight anyway. You don't have to.
you don't have to sell the fight.
And if you're not getting paid for selling pay per views, like why are you doing it? Where you're looking like you. I mean, most people look like idiots when they try to stir some shit up for no reason. Like you're not getting paid anything extra for any kind of sales on the show. Like you know, if that's just what gets you motivated to fight, I'm sorry, but um, it it puts a disgusting taste in most people's mouths, and it's classless. If you have to do that to be a draw, you're not a good enough fighter. Period. If that's what you have to do to get put on shows and to sell tickets, you must suck as a fighter because if fighting was what got you on shows and what got people to pay attention, you wouldn't have to talk shit. So
Yeah, like you must have to like make up for
yeah,
it.
you're compensating. It's like guys who drive big trucks. Like you're compensating for something.
Stop it. No.
you're
God,
honestly.
stop it. But something I learned about this last fight, like when it comes to you, like God Himself cannot like mess with you because I get so mad. Like you know that I felt some type of way about this fight, not because you lost, but because of the spiritual journey that I've been on and the things that I was shown and the fact that I do feel God called an audible on me and he didn't tell me about it, which he doesn't have to tell me about it. But I like I am so protective over you. Like I learned that this fight. Like usually like I figure like it's just like the wife banter that like when you read the negative comments and stuff, it's just but like one moment after the fight, I had like an argument within my own head because I remember talking shit to God and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Oh,
I'm like, I hope he did not hear what I just said. And I'm like, oh my
oh,
God. I didn't say it out loud. It's in my head. Like I'm like having like this full
he, he
and I'm like,
he
oh,
can
he heard
definitely
that.
hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like, oh shit, he heard that.
definitely
And
hear
I'm
you.
like, in my head, I'm like, sorry, God, but shit, like, what the fuck? Like, I am like full blown, like, talking shit to capital God about my husband. And I'm like, that was not like, I am like going at it with him. And I'm just like, man, he's still working on me.
That's for sure.
He is still working on me. But I I was really angry after that fight just because that's just not what I was shown. And I know it sounds absolutely crazy. But did I ever tell you the story? Like remember when we started sharing your testimony during Holy Week? Did I ever tell you like what made me start to share it that week, that particular week?
No.
I never told you the story.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I think that was after our fast was done, right? So one of the things that I was like talking to God about was when we should start sharing your testimony. Like, should we wait for after the fight? Should we wait for before the fight? Should we wait for the BKFC to announce the fight? Just like all these things were like running through my mind. And so I'm like talking to him about it, praying about it. And then one day I get in the car to take Gianna to school. And this is also when like I started listening to Christian music every morning. Like this was during that time. And so I have like the shuffle on my Amazon. Like I didn't have favorite songs at this time. It was just like a generic station that I picked. And as soon as I get in the car that morning, the song Start Right Here comes on the radio. And because I don't know it or I'm not familiar with it, I skipped it. And I just I skipped it because I want to listen to songs that I know. And so then the next two songs I know, and then I'm like getting to Gianna's like, play this song. I forgot what song was her favorite at the time. And then I play it. And then as I'm pulling into PCA, like Christian school, you know, to drop Gianna off, the song circles back through again. And it's Start Right Here. And I'm like, what the? And so I look at it. I'm like, okay. So I shut off the car, walk Gia in, come back out, turn the car on, and then the song starts playing. And then I'm like listening to it, and it's like, start right here, start right now. And I'm just like, oh, okay, God, gotcha. We'll start today. Like, we will start sharing his testimony today. Fully noted. That's actually a really good song. It's actually one of my favorite songs now.
No.
But, like, I skipped it. And it was just like, as soon as I got in the car, that was the song that popped up. And I'm like, skip. And he's like, no, 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 girl. You're missing the point here. And then I play it again and I listen to it, and it's actually a great song. But that's what made me start sharing your testimony Holy Week. And that, like, the things that I was seeing about your fight, that's why I had so much, like, that was the first time I could truly say that I was angry with God. That's how I know that my relationship with him has grown so much. I was mad at him. I was pissed. I was talking shit to him. And I've been through a lot of things. And I've never felt that, like, that hurt in my heart. He cut me real deep, Shrek. He cut me real deep.
Cut me real deep, Shrek.
Cut me real deep, Shrek. But it's gone now. And I apologized a million times for my shit talking. We know I still need to work on things. But I was just like, damn. Like, if the big man himself can't even like mess with you without making me mad, like I can't even like I can't even imagine a normal person like trying to be negative towards you. Don't mess with my man. Apparently I will go crazy. But I was just like, but I remember thinking that after the fight. I remember like sitting on the edge of the bed, and I am pretty sure, I mean, I'm 100%, and I feel so terrible saying this, but one of the thoughts in my head was, "Fuck you, God." I was so mad, and I literally thought to myself, "Oh shit, did I just say that?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, did I say that out loud? No, I didn't say that out loud. I said it in my head. Oh my God, that's even worse. I said it in my head. I'm like, I'm so sorry, but I'm so mad at you." And I'm just like praying to him, and I'm like arguing, having a full blown argument with him.
Yeah, that sermon that I sent you, the 28:19.
Yes, like
he was talking about that. He
yeah.
was talking about how he, not that it's okay, but it's okay to get mad at God. It's okay to, yell at God, to curse at God. Like he says all those things.
I was
And I didn't know
furious
when I listened to that sermon, I didn't know you actually did all that stuff.
Oh,
But that's why I sent it to you.
yeah. I was angry. And I just
and basically in that sermon he's just saying that like he said that he's prayed for things for 10 years, 15 years that haven't happened yet, that he still prays for every day. So it's like, you know, God is you can't question the plan. Like that's
but that's the thing. Like I really don't care if you win or lose.
it has nothing to do with that. There's something else. It's not about winning or losing a fight. And the
No, it's my prayers are honestly they're not that shallow.
in the whole scheme of things,
Like I always pray for your safety. I always pray for like safety, have like health, happiness, like those are my things and he knows that. Those are my things. But like now I'm questioning it because now I'm over it. But like I'm pretty sure he told me you were going to win that fight. That's why I was literally going to bet our mortgage. Like I was literally going to put so much money on this fight. And I've never bet in my life ever.
yeah.
That's why I'm like, what happened? Like even Whitney, like Whitney was like, we're doing this. How do we do this? I'm like, I don't know. I've never bet money on a fight before. Let me ask some people. Like it was insane. Like you know how I messed up the parking garage situation, which I'm sure that does not surprise you at all.
No.
I walked out right by the place that I had to place the bet. I walked out right there by the sports book.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't even the parking garage I was supposed to be in or trying to get to. And so I was pissed, and I'm good now, but I was really angry. Like way angrier than I think. I mean, you saw it on my face after the fight. But yeah, we hashed it out and we're good now.
God is always working, and his plan is not always the same or ever.
He definitely called an audible. I know he did. I know that he did, and I know that he knows something that I don't know. And I know that
yeah.
I know that he owes me zero explanations. And I know that he knows I was gonna be super duper pissed.
Yeah, he knew all that.
Yeah. But, whatever. It is what it is. But that feeling that I had, I can't even imagine the feeling that you had, is what I'm saying. And I wish people would show more grace towards anybody who loses a fight. Like we have, I'm not going to say names, local fighter here who he lost, right? I don't know if he's on a losing streak with the UFC.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not saying that his actions after his last fight were acceptable, but like reading the comments that people were saying, like it was making me so mad. And I'm like, I don't even really know this guy, but y'all need to you need to shut the fuck up because you have no idea what this man is going through.
Well, he got in some trouble, but
and I know the trouble
not every charge that they have listed is what he's going to be found for or even charged with.
But it's just it's like
people around here,
they're nasty negative comments and they're like just hateful. It's just like show some fucking grace. Like
I've
you
never
have
seen
no idea what a fighter goes through.
No, I've never seen a fan base that had as many what are they called? Trolls as fighting. I don't know if I mean I wouldn't know, but I know fighting has like some very nasty, vicious trolls in their social media realm, and it's like, I mean, there's the occasional there's really good fans out there.
Oh, I know.
But there's the occasional just people that should not be on social media, and the reason that they have these troll accounts is because, um, you know, they want to be able to say whatever retarded comment comes to their head, and without any regard or repercussions for saying it. So they come up with these fake accounts, and they just say whatever they want to.
Yeah, but these weren't fake accounts. Like, these were real people
Oh,
from
I know. No, I've
Pensacola
seen a lot of them.
just like knocking him. And I'm like, you guys are a bunch of assholes. Like, first of all, you have already admitted anybody who steps into that ring, octagon, squared circle, whatever the hell you want to call it, y'all are a little crazy in the head. Like, y'all aren't, you're, I mean, you're a great guy, but like, most of y'all have some serious trauma from your childhood. And so, just, I don't know. When a fighter loses, the shit talking and the banter, fine, whatever, but just have some grace, because you have people have no idea what y'all go through.
No, most of the people that are making the comments, they don't.
Just like hateful. Like, they want to see y'all do bad, but when you're doing good, they'll give you a high five. But when you're doing bad, it brings them joy, and it's just like, y'all are disgusting.
Yeah, most people don't want to see people win. It bothers them.
It does. It does bother them, and it's terrible.
Yeah, it's
like the ha comments when this particular fighter got like it.
Yeah, people love to see you lose.
Like, it's awful. It's freaking awful. And I mean, I'm so fortunate that when you lose, you handle yourself very nicely, even though I know that you have a storm raging inside of you.
Yeah, it's never easy. It's for sure never easy.
And we always appreciate the people who check on you after the fight, because they're the ones that get it. They're literally checking on you like you are mourning the loss of like a person. The way the text messages that they come off, and people just don't get it. They don't get it.
No, I wouldn't say this is there's a lot of sports, and I'm sure that whoever participates in a sporting event wants to lose, but it puts a whole different spin on it when you're actually getting your ass kicked. Like, there's not a lot of people that go out there and wish for that to happen.
Right, because it's just you.
Yeah, like
it's you in there. You have other sports. You have a team. It's just you in there.
It's a lot easier to fake it when you're not the only one in the particular sport, and when you're not going to be wearing the stitches and the shit. You're gonna have to wear that no matter what. So it's like, these guys take this stuff seriously, man. Any kind of fighter, they take it serious, and it's like, for you to come in after somebody takes a loss as a troll who just wants to rattle some cages, get somebody's blood pressure up, for you just to come in there and want to mess with them because you dislike them, like,
when you don't even know them.
Yeah, there's a special place in hell for you, for sure. When that type of behavior brings you pleasure, there's.
But like, it's like the trolls are easy. The trolls, they're in their fucking mother's basement, absolutely sloppy, fat, disgusting. Probably haven't been to the gym in fucking years. They're in their mother's basement, just sitting behind the keyboard, like sitting behind the computer, just type. They're disgusting. We know that. But it's the people who show their face.
Oh yeah, like regardless of what the guy did allegedly didn't do, it wasn't found guilty for.
I mean,
he's from your hometown. Show some respect. You don't have to beat him while he's down. He's obviously going through a tough spot. Why kick the man while he's already on the ground?
I don't think people understand the hurt in your heart, because if somebody would have just died,
yeah,
I don't know, people are assholes. They might still be hateful, but if somebody had just died and he did that, there would probably be a lot less hateful comments. But because they don't understand the sport, they don't understand it. That's they think he's like they probably think he's like spoiled. They probably think, oh, he's a professional athlete. He doesn't have a real like you know what I'm saying? Like they probably think the most far off thing ever. And like I said, I'm not trying to justify his actions or any fighter's actions because I'm sure fighters after they lose, they act wild. I'm sure they do. You don't, but I'm sure he's not the only one who has done some crazy stuff.
No, yeah, I don't even know if what happened with that had anything to do with him losing, but I do know anytime a fighter loses a fight, his mental is it's always pretty close to as unstable as possible. You know, just because everything that goes on before a fight, after a fight, during a fight, um, it messes with your mind for sure. It puts a different kind of stress on you, and um, I would hate to be put in a situation like that after just losing a fight because there's no telling,
What you would
how
do?
you're gonna act, how you're gonna act over something like that. So
yeah, there's always two sides. Do I say two sides or three sides to every story? So who the hell knows what the other side of that story is? What provoked him to do what everyone is reading?
Right. But for people in his hometown, that kind of just falls back to um, it kind of just comes back around to what I was saying about my sponsors. All my sponsors are from my hometown. Before I went on, before I started this losing streak, I had, there was a lot more sponsors than now. So it's like, it kind of comes back to that, like people want to see people winning. And it's like when you're winning,
everyone wants to be on the winning
when you're
team.
winning, nobody wants to say it. You don't get any bad comments. You get all the sponsors you want. And then it's like when you hit a little bit of a patch, people are going to come down hard on you. Like how many different people said, we're talking about me retiring, or people saying, hey, I thought you retired, things like that because I lost a couple fights. And that just, people are nasty, and I hope you don't. I hope that you come to in your life you come to a point where you don't care what people think. There's only one person that's going to judge you at the end of the day, and it's not somebody on your social media feed. You will be judged by God Himself, and that really is the only person that should matter. The way you're living is the way you live right by God. You don't live right by social media. This world is disgusting. This world is it's uh it's not of God. So worry about one person, and it ain't somebody on your social media.
Mm-mm.
People are gonna love you when you're up because it makes them feel better, and they're gonna kick you when you're down, and that's just how the world is.
But I like having a smaller circle, I think.
I mean, it is
And
what it is.
also, I feel like, times are tough right now for a lot of people.
That could have something to do with it,
So,
also. I don't
people
know.
don't have that extra money right now. But I do feel that you have handled this loss differently compared to your last two.
Yeah, I mean, every fight has a different story to tell. Every fight, kind of feels a little different. Um, this one, this one was hard. This was probably the hardest training camp I've ever went through.
Well, this fight meant more. This. I feel like this was more than just a win or lose in the ring. This was just different. Like this wasn't for us. It was not about the fight. It was bigger than the fight. Like it wasn't about your opponent. It was it was bigger. It was just bigger than that. It was about I mean, for me, I feel like it was about getting out of this season of just constant downs that we've been in. Um, and maybe we are out of this season because something that kind of was pretty cool about this fight, even though you lost, was like the amount of people who reached out to you after the fight, the amount of people who were wanting to take pictures with you after the fight, the amount of people who are like, hey, I've been listening to your story. Like, maybe we are out of the season and it just didn't happen in the way that we thought it would.
Yeah, I don't know. I, this whole camp was a lot bigger than the fight. I don't feel like the fight had anything to do with it. I think that's kind of what God was showing you.
Yeah, like it has. Wait, what?
I feel like God was kind of showing you that. Like, you thought that the win was going to come from what happened in the ring.
Well, because we just haven't had like a super high in like a really long time.
What if the win was coming from the people that you inspired?
Okay, well, it would have been like way better if you would
That's
have
the thing.
won the fight,
But
then you inspired a shit ton more people.
No, but you don't know that though.
I know I don't know, but it just like sounds. It's like more of an like blockbuster movie.
It seems like it would.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
God
I've made peace with it.
God is all powerful and all knowing. So it's like you can't question it if we view wins and losses differently.
I know. But this one, like really like you said, you are on a 3-fight losing streak. I've been here before. I'm good with the losses. I am pretty sure I'm the one who told you, hey, you can't win them all. You're supposed to lose. Well, you're not like supposed to lose, but you, like I'm good with you losing. Like I don't care if you win or lose. This fight just meant a lot more. And I think that's also why it was so disappointing.
I think just to make it through this fight camp, make it through make it through just to make it through to the fight was people don't understand how hard it is to go through camp like I did.
I know, but it's always something.
That doesn't make it easier.
No, it doesn't make it easier, but you should be used to it by now.
To your best friend dying?
No,
happened last year too. No, but
I'm just saying it. You should
it does, but it's never that's
like you have to stop. Like life is so far from perfect. It's so far from perfect. You have to like. It's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be. Oh, I'm feeling 100% today. I'm going to go to the gym. No, you have to go to the gym when you're feeling 50%. You have to sit out in uncomfortable situations and do your job. It's never going to be perfect ever. But I can honestly say that I've noticed like a huge change in you since you have started like the spiritual journey that you've been on. And I thought you handled the last month of camp amazing.
You don't understand how hard it was to
Show's over.
to just make it to the gym sometimes.
Oh no, I know that it was. I know that it was for you. But you handled it so much better than you have in the past. All these hiccups. So I know you're getting used to them.
It's not about getting used to them. I'm understanding the process a little bit more.
What do you mean?
Like the devil's going to try to do everything he can to get in your way.
As long as you're walking like spiritually, in faith, yeah.
As long as you're walking in faith and you're trusting in God, it doesn't stop the devil from trying to get in your way.
No, spiritual battles are a bitch, man.
You just have to see the process through.
They're the worst. They are awful.
This camp was the definition of spiritual battle. It's like the devil hit me in every which way he can. And the fact that I just made it to the fight, to me was like, that was that was a win for me just to make it there, because there was a lot of action to try to get me to back out of this fight.
Yeah, there definitely was. And the old you would have 100% backed out of the fight.
Probably, for sure.
Yeah. You'd have been like, I'm just gonna work for your dad. It'll be fine.
Like
It'll be fine.
I couldn't pass the blood test.
The blood pressure test.
Yeah, the blood pressure test. I don't know. I don't really know if you can pass or fail one of those, but I failed three times, and they looked at me and they said, "We have to write down a blood pressure for you, and so far your blood pressure is, we can't write this down." The first blood pressure I took was like 196 over 110. I'm pretty sure that like you can get like checked into a hospital for that one. But somehow, and I just started like, honestly, I just started praying about it. And somehow my blood pressure went from like,
They went from
it
not
dropped almost
passing
30.
to passing.
Yeah, it dropped almost 30 points. The pressure went down almost 30 within like a good 10 minutes. So it was like, I don't know, like you gotta, the devil's gonna try to throw everything he can at you, and as long as it's God's plan for you, no matter you're winning or losing on something, that doesn't matter at the end of the day. If it's God's will, like it what's gonna happen. That's kind of what this camp was all about, because there was a million and one reasons for me to not do this fight.
Yeah, but everyone. Do you feel like you look better in there? Like you looked great. Did you watch the fight?
A little bit, not a lot yet. I plan on watching it. I haven't seen the whole fight in its entirety.
I mean, there's only I don't even know how long the fight
but I've
was.
seen like the clip
Yeah.
on Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, no, you looked great. Like you could tell you're learning a lot. I feel like loser fight interviews, I think they could be good.
Loser fight.
Loser fight
We're gonna
interviews.
Interview this loser.
They could be good.
No, I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me.
I feel like it could possibly be good for other fighters to like.
It could be something that you just started.
It could to talk, just to talk about it, and I feel like possibly having something good pointed out about what you did when you're feeling bad about yourself from a complete outsider. Like it's different when it comes from your mama or from your girlfriend, Not for you though.
No, not for me.
I am your biggest fan and your toughest critic.
For sure.
And people don't know that. People don't get that. They think, oh, she just loves him. I'm like, no. Y'all have no idea. I will be the first person to tell this man when it is time to retire. Y'all don't have to worry about it. You don't have to type it in your little keyboard and leave a comment. I'll be the first one to tell him. But yeah, no, they don't get it. Like I want you, when you're doing good, I'm going to tell you you're doing good. And when you're doing bad, I'm going to tell you you're doing bad. But I'm going to help you fix it. I want you to be the best version of you. And I think you know that. Your victim mentality is changing. But yeah. Is that it? Outside the Ring podcast. Take 2 is over.
Yeah.
Love you. Killed it, babe. Hopefully that was recording.
Hopefully. Oh.